everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is So I'm watching Sirens, Season 1, Episode 4.
Persephone.
This
was a really chatty episode. This was like the play jumped out.
Yeah,
in this episode.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it. I think it's a character drama.
Yeah.
I don't think it's about...
Is now.
Yeah, I don't think it's about the plot. I don't think that there... Like, I anticipate in one more episode that there might be a twist or a turn, but I don't think it's like... I don't think that there's a reveal or like a twist ending or something like that. I think it's a character drama, and I'm not entirely sure what to make of it because I kind of like... or certainly understand everyone.
Sure.
And it's very interesting where the comedy, the moments of levity and comedy come from, because we have our like core, let's go with like 5 or 6 people. And they're actually very steeped in drama.
Yeah.
And the people around, like the day players,
well, it's like the staff, for sure. And then, because obviously at the end of the last episode, we got Bruce and Ray in the mix. And so it's like, there's a whole like Bruce, Ray, Jordan/Morgan, Eddie,
and I guess
collective.
I was anticipating that because it's Josh Segarra, who's kind of a thing. Yeah. And I was like, what a weird use of him. And
for
so,
only like over the phone stuff,
for like FaceTiming shots. And so it's like, I'm really glad that we got it, and we're getting like good dramatic material.
I cannot explain how funny it is that like for the whole episode Ethan just keeps calling him Bruce's nurse and he keeps saying he's not,
but it's almost like they're not hearing it, or because I mean, I think maybe 20% of it is to annoy him, but I actually think they genuinely haven't learned another thing about him.
Well, it's
to take the place of that one piece of information.
I do think it's also because, like, so even if he's not his nurse, he's the help. He's not like a rich person, so it doesn't matter if they're getting it wrong.
Is there anything you want to say, or is there a way you want to tackle this? I mean, do you want to try and recap it? I couldn't.
No, it's like, well, okay. So Ethan is still trying to propose, and Simone is like, what the hell? My dad's here? Why did you bring my dad here? I can't believe my dad's here. And then Bruce starts kind of coming on to to Kiki once she gets there. And it turns out, we find out later in the episode, he's sort of seeing his dead wife in her, kind of. Simone just sort of bails. She's like, I literally can't do this right now.
And it's so funny, because like the whole time, I'm a little bit at war, which I predicted in our first episode, but I'm a little bit at war with the show because I'm like, I don't know, just marry him. Why not? This seems great. And the more I think about it, I'm like, no, we literally met him with her trying to break up with him. Like, I don't know why I'm invested.
So I think she wasn't actively trying to break up, but she was like, this is a summer romance. Like, she knew, like, I think she knew about how he was with women before. And so she just was like, well, this is a summer romance. It's almost over. But he is like more into her than he's been into other people.
When she thinks it's just because she's kind of throwing him off, though. Like,
well, she thinks that it's specifically because he found out about her past, and now she's like broken and needs help. And she's like, I don't need help. Like,
I'm like, oh no.
But that was only after Kiki offered her this job to triple her salary, which she's not going to have now because there's a picture of her kissing
and
Peter.
It was like as innocent as a kiss of adultery could possibly be.
Yeah, but now it's like, so
I
now
don't get the sense that do you get the sense that he's like a cheater?
No.
And so I think it was a little bit
a weird moment of weakness.
For the first, like, especially 3 episodes, I was sort of like, I mean, other than the like mid-Atlantic coastal, like blah blah blah, what exactly is the Sirens part? And the Sirens part was in full force this episode.
Yes. Like very, very blatantly by 3 men trailing Devin down the beach for untold amounts of time. No matter how hard she tells them to go away and leave her alone.
I get how Peter got lost in that interaction they were having.
Especially because he felt like he couldn't tell Kiki about it because his kids hate her.
I don't know. I like Kiki. I don't know how I feel.
This is the least suspicious I've been of her so far.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm so the kiss thing. I'm still really hung up on it because, like I said, I really think that that is what I would call an indiscretion. And I think,
but now she does have photographic evidence of adultery,
and it bums me out because I don't think that the parties involved deserve that. But
nothing will happen to Simone except for losing her job, and now Ethan's gone over the cliff, so she can't even be like, "I changed my mind. Let's get married."
It's very tragic. It's very poetic.
But Tom will, she'll get half of Tom's stuff. So, Peter.
Who's Tom?
I don't know. At the beginning, I said, I thought there was a man named Tom, but then I was, mistaken. So, yeah. Anyway. I did appreciate that he came clean about going to the christening because that was really nice. And she was like, I get why you wouldn't tell me that. Your kids don't like me. I'm the villain and you're split up with your first wife and all this stuff. I liked that. And she was like, I'm glad you got to see the baby. And I don't know. That was really, really nice. And I'm just like, this is Vanity Fair, fucking photographer bullshit. So
why was he so hellbent on, because otherwise they were going to run with it on Vanity Fair?
No, that's so tawdry for Vanity Fair.
That's what I was thinking.
No, he just was the only thing he was hellbent on was I can only show it to Michaela. It was yeah.
I mean, it was an altruism. He was trying to do the right thing.
No, he wants a payout.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
But also, it's he can't just be showing that photo around, or if he had shown it to Simone, she would have destroyed it. And I mean, there would have been negatives, but or nobody shoots on fucking film anymore. Regardless, Bruce started freaking out, and Michaela had a really. It was just it was all very this was the most I've liked Kiki so far, because she really handled him with grace, just pretending to be his dead wife, and they sort of got through it, and then he fell asleep, and that's when
I don't know.
That's when she and Peter had their talk.
It's not groundbreaking or it's very florals for spring, but I like this whole Sirens notion that every woman has something beautiful and treacherous inside of her that she can tap into when when need be.
Welcome to middle school.
It's all the people who think that at the end of, you still have not actually watched On Stranger Tides, Pirates of the Caribbean.
No.
We've talked about it. You've seen clips, but it's she kills him at the end. Yeah. And there's an entire generation of people who are her kiss gave him the power to breathe underwater. No. And I was she said she could take his pain away, and then she pulls him under the surface.
Yeah, well, because it's I'm very if we're talking about the Pirates of the Caribbean, no, he's dead. But I'm a truther for The Shape of Water, that they just went down there and lived happy together. I mean, you can obviously interpret it.
You can.
But for me, I'm no, it's great. She's down there with her red shoes, and it's beautiful, and I love it. I just want them to be happy in The Shape of Water. But no, it's Disney, first of all, nobody writing that Disney movie. Well, here's the thing.
You haven't seen it. She's the one who's different. The other mermaids are more vicious.
Sure.
And she's Serena, and she's
Okay, fine. So the thing is actually what probably happened is that the Disney people were her kiss. They did. But it's that sucks so hard. And the real thing is no, she's definitely, it's still inside her. Mm-hmm. Just because she's sort of different doesn't mean that's not still her instinct to lure sailors to their death.
Also, he was stabbed in the gut.
Dead.
She took his pain away.
She's not a vampire.
No, it was a mercy.
Yeah, come on.
No, I really so this is twice now you've started talking about Kiki. Have you finished what it was? Or there's one more episode. So
there's only one more. So I really liked her whole thing with Bruce, and I liked her thing with Simone. I liked her thing with Bruce. I liked her thing with Peter. All those scenes were great, and I'm acting like this is somehow fresh news, Julianne Moore is not one of the most exquisite actors alive.
I almost said something where I was man, and I think it was when she was seducing Bruce, where it falls into that I feel like things go without saying.
Yeah.
category, but also, I mean, it's out in full force with a show like this, especially, like I said, about how I very much feel like it is a character drama. Like, I think it's masquerading as, like, a plot or, like, a twist or, like, I think people are going to think it's that.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, it's life if anything happened on the way to the forum.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Absolutely. Which, in my opinion, the best plays are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the best plays are just kind of like a slice of life kind of thing, which this is obviously a big slice of a big life, but
I like how there was a lot of darkness that was coming out. So, like, because, I mean, Simone's been masking it and, like, tamping it down for so long, and I liked kind of seeing it and getting...
She was really harsh with Devin. They had, like, a sister scene, and she confronted her about not taking her meds, and she was like, I got taken off of them. Why she has so many bottles of them is alarming.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why'd she keep filling the prescription, kind of? So I'm still not 100%...
a lot of unreliable narrators. It also falls into the siren.
That's the thing. And so she's doing the whole thing, like, you still want me to be sick so that you can blame your shitty life on me, and it's, like, really bad. And she's like, I don't need your help, and I don't want you around. And she goes, fine, fucking good luck. And she storms out, and that's when she starts walking down the beach. And Ray and Morgan are both, because his name is Captain Morgan. That is, I'm sorry, brilliant. And so they're following her, despite her saying, stop following me. And then Eddie pops up as well, the groundsman.
He keeps popping up, too.
Who went out for presumably thousands of dollars worth of artisanal bread from wherever they went.
Well, my favorite part is also that we didn't actually see her sleep with him.
Yeah.
We just...
saw the aftermath.
We just gather.
Yeah.
No, because he's not the one that she called in.
Yeah.
That guy had different hair.
No, it was a buzz cut.
Okay.
It's the same guy.
Okay.
Because otherwise, cause she also said I've slept with 3 guys this weekend, and so that makes 3. If this guy's just following her because of nothing, that's
no, I
crazy.
assumed they had something together, but I just thought I thought it happened off screen.
Oh no, it was that guy.
I thought that was a different guy.
It was the same guy. They're following her, and, like, very specifically, Ray and Morgan are, like, kind of, like, fighting over her a little bit.
What I like Morgan, and I am, for some reason, all we've had is this weekend.
Yeah.
You know?
Also, so have you heard the phrase, that's too much car for you?
Well, I'm, like, rooting for him.
Yeah.
Like, I want that fantasy he pitched to us because it's what we saw.
Yeah.
But I do think it's funny that he doesn't know this woman from anybody.
Yeah.
And he's seemingly so motivated by Ray, where it's like, it's not so much that he's that in love with her or that he wants her that bad.
Yeah.
It's that he has to make sure that Ray doesn't get her,
or
he's, like, trying to one up Ray.
It's very funny. It's very silly.
I don't get Ray either, dude. How did you possibly get married? Who is this woman that he's married to?
Okay, so it seems like they had something going in high school. And because she reads him for filth also. She's like, I don't even like you. And, like, you have to go back to your wife. And he just keeps saying, I'm going to leave her. I'm going to tell her probably sometime next week.
She said, you're the thing I want to do, or I do when I want to hate myself.
Oh, that's pretty tough. It's pretty tough. She also told him if he walked into the ocean and drowned right now, her life would be better.
Uh-huh.
I mean, because to be fair, up until that moment, the whole episode, when Eddie and Morgan were both, like, sort of vying for her also, I was like, you guys don't know her, though. Like, Ray knows her. Like, they have history. They have known each other. He's the one who, like, knows these things about her despite having a wife. Like, they work together. They've known each other since high school, all this stuff. But then in that moment, because he keeps trying to offer her alcohol too. And she's like, I keep telling you, I've been trying to get sober for 6 months and you don't listen. And it's that kind of stuff where it's like he only sees what he wants to see with her. And the reason she got this other DUI is because he left her alone, hammered at a bar because he had to go home to his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you don't care about her. You're not doing anything for her. You just left her and she didn't get an Uber. And, you know, it's like not your fault that she got behind the wheel, but it's your fault you left her there. You couldn't drop her at home on your way home to your wife?
Yeah, but I would even devil's advocate that because we haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Again, we only have this weekend or this week, whatever it is, because it's like she's very insistent. And
About
I mean,
what?
Anything, Devin.
Oh, sure.
I mean, if she's berating him, telling him to leave, at a certain point, I'm gonna go. Like,
well, so
I'm not gonna save her from herself. That's clearly not in the cards.
I think it wasn't that. I don't think she was saying go home to your wife. I think he said, "Are you good?" And she was like,
I mean,
yeah,
if that
I'll
is
get
the
an
case,
Uber.
then sure. But.
Yeah, but yeah. So that was really good. I really enjoyed it. I also like that Eddie was just still there, and he was like, "What the hell? Like, it's not that guy. No, it's not that guy." It was just really funny.
And we're also still getting like little bits from Patrice and
her Bell's palsy is back because of the stress of the weekend.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm enjoying it. It's not what I thought it was going to be, and it's not even what I thought it was 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
But I like what it is, and I'm excited to watch this last episode. But I'm also a little bit kind of like, oh,
yeah, bummer.
Yeah.
My show.
Is there anything else that you?
Well, yeah, Ethan went over the cliff because he was fighting with Simone. He got drunk and he was fighting with Simone, and she kept on saying like, "Let me walk you home," and he kept calling her a monster, and then he was like backing towards the cliff, and I assume he fell. She doesn't seem violent, but we'll see, I guess. Yeah, and so then that's when Kiki got the photo.
Mm-hmm.
While they were calling 911 and like waiting for the ambulance. So yeah, we'll go watch the last one. For the gala. The fucking gala is still happening. Jesus. Bye.